Hey guys, so today is one of those days where I really get into the mood to clean. It's been really rainy for the past couple of days. Garrett's been studying for finals and pushing off doing laundry, cleaning the kitchen, just cleaning everything because we're going to be out of town for, in and out of town for a few weeks. So I got to get stuff cleaned and get stuff ready so we don't come back to a madhouse. So one of my projects today that I want to share with you is how I clean my makeup brushes. And this is a way that I found is something that's really cheap, really easy to get because it's stuff that you already have in your house. And it's just, it really does condition and clean your brushes. And I use Sigma brushes. I have a few e.l.f. and Estee Lauder brushes, but my number one is Sigma. They really need to be clean because they're just really gross. I've noticed if I don't clean my stuff like my beauty blender, you see how gross that is? And I just used it, I just put on my makeup. And I start to get acne, or when I put on my concealer, my eye gets really red. And so for my cleanser, instead of going out and buying a matte cleanser, the Sunny Kashik one, or even the cleanser specifically for beauty blenders, or any of that stuff, it's just too expensive for me, and I think this works better. I've done the baby shampoo, and it just does, I feel like it doesn't get it clean enough, and it doesn't condition it enough, if that makes sense. I feel like there's more fallout whenever I do it that way. So the bottles I'm about to show you is kind of gross, but over here I'll show you what the bottles actually look like, so you recognize them in the store. In this container I got from Walgreens. I put Dawn antibacterial dish soap. And antibacterial is really key to get all of the bacteria. You really do need it because I've seen a huge difference in my skin whenever I use the regular Blue Dawn with antibacterial description on it. So definitely go for the antibacterial. And I have a little bit left. This thing was full, so I've been using this method for a while and it really works for me. And the other thing is olive oil, and this bottle is disgusting, but don't tell Garrett this because he's been wondering where all of his olive oil is. The Dawn antibacterial soap like completely gets all the bacteria out, really does a squeaky clean, and really deeply cleans the brushes and the sponge. And this is going to be something that's going to really condition it and really make it super soft, so it's super soft on your skin and it stays the beautiful softness that you first originally had with your brushes when you first bought them. So what I do, I pour half olive oil and half Dawn detergent in a little container, and I stir them together to make like a solution. And when it's mixed together properly, it starts to turn a little white in color. So after I do that, I just start with my finger or something like that, whatever, or the end of a brush head, and I'll get my brush. Before we get started, we're going to set our brushes on this side of the sink, and then we are going to get a towel and roll up one end so that it makes it do like a slanting motion. This is going to help the water run down instead of running into the ferrule to ruin the bristles. So once you've done that, and you want to always make sure that the ferrule is facing downward, because if you face it upward and clean it under the sink, and you clean it under the sink like this, then all the water is going to go down under here below the bristles into this thing called the ferrule, and it'll deteriorate the wood and the glue that's keeping all the little hairs stuck together. Little bits of the brush will just start falling out like all over your face, and eventually you will not have a brush to use. So be very mindful and careful of that. So down, not up, got that. And really, that's really all there is to it. So once you put it in the sink downward, you just wet it a little bit, squeeze off the excess, and then dip it in your solution, just a little bit on the tip, and then start working it into your hand and start mixing it in your hand. And what I like to do, I like to do like the 10-second rule. I like to just slowly work it in my hand for 10 seconds and slowly add water as it goes to really get it deep cleansed, so I don't have to dip it again and keep doing like that. I feel like it works best for me, but you feel free to dip again. It's not going to hurt your brush. Don't worry about that. After you get all the suds out, you're going to take your two fingers like this and put your brush here and slide your brush through those two fingers and just applying a little bit of pressure, enough to get the water out. And then you can keep doing those steps until it runs clear and runs clean. So after that's done, you're going to take your brush faced upside down and have your towel, and then just wipe it, a good bit of the water off as much as you can, and then you're going to lay it like this. And you want to make sure the brush is going to be laying lower than the end. And once you have your first one done, go ahead and repeat and do the rest of your brushes. Okay, now that I showed you how to clean your brushes, I'm going to show you how to clean the beauty blender. Now this, I like to get it wet, like pretty wet, and squeeze out as much as I can, and then just dip pretty much all sides into the solution and rub it between my hands like this, and just really work it in there, squeeze it a few times to really get the solution inside of the sponge. And then you can run your water, squeeze it again, rub it, And then just do this a few times until you feel like it's clean. And you're actually free to use the Beauty Blender again after you have done this step, because you're supposed to use it when it's wet anyway. So, you know, that's what I love the Beauty Blender so much. I can go wash it and then use it as soon as I get done washing it. And there's no wait, so absolutely love that. So keep that in mind. And if you don't have one of these suckers, I would highly suggest you go get one. The blending power is just so amazing, and Sigma brushes are just so amazing too. They put eyeshadow on perfectly, you know, they're very soft, they don't irritate my skin, they're not, because I know a few brushes, if you don't take care of them, like I have this Estee Lauder one, it's so coarse, it just hurts to go across my face, because I feel like it's scratching my skin. So this is super soft. The Sonia Kashuk one, don't waste your money on that one because it's just too hard. It doesn't even compare to this. So if you're gonna spend any money, go ahead and get one of these bad boys. Alright guys, so that is all of my tips and tricks to washing my makeup brushes and keeping them living long lives. And I've had my Sigma brushes for over 2 years. Some of them for 2 years and the other set for 1.5 years. So really have been loving those. So highly recommend them. And don't forget, there's a link down below to go check those out. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.